Faith Watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Funny Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Happy Monday, y'all, and welcome back. I'm so excited to be spending this time with y'all. We had an amazing weekend watching what we was, a TV series, and we had like a movie. Or was it 2 episodes? I don't know. Y'all can scroll back to the video history and find all of that out. But thus far, we've been spending time together Saturday, Sunday, and here we are back Monday. And I'm still just as excited to be here and hanging out with y'all. So thank y'all for showing up. Thank you for pulling up to the Faith Watchers channel, okay? But anyways, y'all know I have to ask y'all, how are y'all doing today? How was y'all work week started? How is that going? How was your overall weekend? Like, did you get a lot of things done? Did you get some time to relax, lay back in the shade, put your feet up, okay? Or did you spend time with family, like over a nice family dinner? Or maybe you had a picnic, or maybe you end up going to the park and having a good time there. Or maybe you perhaps exercise, got you a little 30-minute walk in, a little brisk walk in, and you're feeling good and healthy and all of that. Y'all let me know all of that in the comment section below. Don't keep me guessing, okay? Do not keep me guessing. Y'all know I'm like really here for this. I really want to know how's it going in y'all world. How are you feeling? If you had to choose a word that would describe your emotion right now, or where you are, like mentally, spiritually, physically, at the very moment of watching this video, what would that word be? For me, y'all know I always say excited. I mean, that goes without saying, but I'm going to throw another little word in. I'm going to sprinkle another little word in there. And that word would be hopeful. I am extremely hopeful. Yes, I love the word hope. I love being filled with hope and anticipation, expecting God to do amazing things. And, it just feels good to smile. It feels good to laugh. I mean, how y'all feel about that? Let me tell y'all, okay, this came to my mind recently, but it literally just popped up in my mind right now. I remember when I was in high school, it was me and a close friend of ours. Like, our teacher would give us out, well, when I was a freshman, okay, this is freshman year. Like, our teacher would have in my favorite subject was English. I mean, that should go without saying. That should go without saying. But this was my favorite subject was English, and this happened in my English class, and that was my favorite teacher as well. And she gave out some awards, and they were very unique awards, very, very unique. And one of them was the laughing award, like who laughed the most. Okay, I can still remember her name to this day. Me and Melissa, we got the girls who laughed the most award. I so enjoyed that award. I enjoy laughing a lot, and I'm still like that to this day. That was so amazing. I mean, we'll be in there just laughing, having a good time. It's just something about laughter and smiles that put you in that good mood. Even if you ain't really feeling it, soon as your face turns up and you just smile, it just does something to you. Like, it really does. So I want to encourage y'all today, no matter what mood that you're in, smile, okay? Smile and laugh. And there's something in your life that you can truly be joyful about, that you can smile about. Go ahead, girl, laugh and smile and have a good time, because truly life is a miracle. It is a blessing, and there's something amazing we can be thankful for every day. So I want to encourage you to take that time to think on those things, and if you can write it down, that would be even better. And that's something I have to work on a lot more, writing stuff down. But yeah, I want to encourage y'all to write it down. But yeah, I hope that gave y'all a little feel good medicine. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our special features today, which is titled Autumn at Apple Hill. You can actually find this film streaming right now on Hallmark Plus. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Newly divorced Elise starts renovating the inn she inherited from her grandparents and catches the eye of Luke, the chief financial officer of a major hotel chain. Now, Faith Watchers, last year, I remember around this time, especially as we were drawing close to Thanksgiving, I was purposely looking for films that had a Thanksgiving theme. They had that fallish feel. And I remember it being very challenging to find a film that revolve around Thanksgiving. I found like a few of them, and you can stroll back to the video history and watch those reviews and even those films because they were very, very sweet. Absolutely heartwarming. And I'm hoping this year that I will find even more of those type of films. But for right now, I'm very thankful and blessed to come across that fallish feel. Okay, the fallish kind of the films that put you in the mood for fall, because we're just stepping into this new season right now, and many people love the season of change. Like, we see the leaves falling off the trees and we see that transition happening, and it's a very beautiful scenery. We love to see those on cards and photos and paintings. They're absolutely breathtaking, especially when you're out there. Like today, literally today is so windy, but it's the beautiful windy. It's not that chill windy where you're just like, you need to hurry up and find shelter or get in a house somewhere. Absolutely not. Today happened to be beautiful. Like, you can literally sit out on your porch and allow the wind to massage your scalp and your hair to flow freely. It is that type of windy, and I love that because it does remind me of fall. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this and get introduced to our characters. Elise here at the very beginning of this film, I love the way that it opens. Like, Elise is narrating. She's taking us back into the past, and I love that she mentioned her grandparents who are from a different time, and they happen to put their all into this beautiful inn. And it reminds you of fall. It has the apple type of theme. All that, you can actually smell like the apple pies and different things. You feel like you're smelling it through the screen. So I love the picture that she's painting here at the very beginning of this film. She's inviting us into her world, letting us know about her grandparents and why. And that gave us insight into her own heart and who Elise is and who she was. And she wanted to continue her grandparents' legacy, which many of you can imagine. If you can, and I think about that a lot. Like, if I had grandparents who invested into a hotel or a restaurant, and as much as it may have been challenging to keep it going because the times are changing, I would do my best. I think I would do my best to keep it going, to keep it part of that family legacy and tradition. So I understand Elise here, and that kind of, I guess, torn apart certain personal relationships that she had in her life because that person wasn't absolutely as passionate about the end as she was. But I love her enthusiasm and how driven she was, that she knew this was her purpose, to keep her family legacy going. And you can see the different things that she's walking us through, the different seasons in her life with this inn, that she goes through the ringer. Although she had some moments where it was like, wow, her inn is like a historical landmark here in town. It's been named that. She got the certificate, the plaque for that. But she also has so many more moments where things are a disaster. Like, all kind of different things are going on as far as maintenance and the different things to keep up with the place, and losing great employees because they can't handle all the different things that are going down with the inn. And I love that Elise is still pushing through all of it. She has such a beautiful personality, a gentle, meek, and humble spirit. And to have all of that about herself and going through the trials and the different tribulations of having your own business and having this business passed down to you, went through all the different things she needed to go through to take it over. And still, it seems like nothing is working. She's hanging on by a thread here. And it's like, oh, you're feeling for her. In that moment, you're literally praying like, oh, come on, God, come through for this girl. Please come through for this lady. She's putting her all into this inn to bring joy to this sweet town and to the people. This inn been around for many, many years. So many moments are in, like, let me see, I'm trying to think of the word. Y'all bear with me, because y'all know when I get on here, I'm literally walking through my thoughts and everything with y'all, like, for the very first time. I don't pre-rehearse or anything. So y'all gotta let me go through this, okay? Y'all give me a minute to go through this. But it's like, when like you had special moments in your life, like, say, for example, like, this was the moment you had your first kiss at this inn. I mean, that's what this inn means to certain people, a part of this town. It's not only a landmark, but it's like something special that people hold dear in their hearts. And one of those people is Luke, okay? Luke shows up because his mother made him, literally suspended him to force him to go on vacation. I mean, come on now, Luke. Did your own mom really have to do that to you? Force you, suspend you just to make you go on vacation, to take a break from your work? He literally had that phone glued to his ears, y'all. Like he stayed on the phone, stayed in meetings, stayed running different things. And yes, his family business is very, very successful. Their hotel chain. He's up on everything along with his mom, but his mom sees, okay, life isn't all about work, work, work. Sometimes you do have to take a moment to enjoy the small things. And she doesn't want her son to miss that. And on top of that, he's driving her employees crazy, okay? They've been working day and night. No like breaks, no days off, because he's just running everybody into the ground. So his mom is stepping in and is like, okay, chill, son, chill, okay? I'm suspending you. That's right. And if you even try to call and find out anything that's going on with this company, I'm firing you. And I'm like, seriously, Luke? Like your mom had to go through all of that to make you take a break? I mean, I was thinking, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do all of that for me, okay? You really don't. Okay, you say going on vacation, let's book the flight. Let's go, okay? I'm choosing wherever I want to go. I'm flying across the world. I'm gonna have me a good time, all right? Especially money isn't no issue for y'all. None of that. You can literally be wherever you want to be. Just go. Luke, honey, what's up with that? What's up with that, okay? But I'm happy that your mom did the right thing and sent your little self back on to your childhood. Well, you chose to really go back to a special part of his life as a child. And he ends up at the Apple Hill Inn, and yes, he meets Elise, and he had no idea that she went to school with him, and she had no idea that she went to school with him either. Only thing is, she saw his name, that prominent name, and she was thinking that his family wanted to buy her out. And of course, that's in her like scared, like running scared in her mind. And so she just decided on a whim, I'm gonna make this the worst stay ever here at Apple Hill Inn with him, okay? He's not gonna want anything to do with this inn. And once he leave here, like she puts him in a leaking room. She puts him in the worst room ever that should have been like not even forgive me, y'all. It like this room shouldn't have had no guests there, and she knew that. But she put him right up in there. But Luke had such a gracious attitude, especially when he started to catch on to what she was actually doing. He stayed calm, mannerable, polite, even decided to offer his help in different areas. And so it really reminds you of like what the Word of God tells us about how to treat your so-called enemies. Like you're supposed to love them and bless those who persecute us and all of that. And you'll just see how their heart changed, because being super, super kind to someone who's being a total jerk, you can imagine what they may be feeling when they're behind closed doors. And Elise was going through it because she could not get under this guy's skin at all. And then she had this heartbreaking moment when she realizes that he had nothing to do with what she thought he had to do with. He was simply there because he was trying to relive and capture a moment that he had in his childhood. That's how special her end was to him. So that really made her feel like a total bad person, okay? And that was so sad, but I love that Elise humbled herself and she asked for his forgiveness, and also on top of that, gave him a pie. I mean, y'all know how that goes. How many people can turn down a delightful treat, okay? And so this starts a whole nother journey with Elise and Luke once they got past the little rough patches, the little rough edges at the very beginning, seeing that they were not enemies at all, but they were more alike than not. But I love this one scene. I want to talk about this, y'all. Okay, I gotta talk about this one scene when Luke first arrived in town, and he is at Tony's Pizza. I believe that's what it's called, Tony Pizza, y'all. Y'all know pizza is my favorite food, so I was just all up in there. It made me want some pizza just watching. But anyways, okay. Tony's Pizza has this arcade game there. I forgot what the game was called, but y'all know like them old-fashioned arcades when you have to put your monies in there, to put your coins in there. and you got the little knobs and you turn it and different stuff like that. And Elise, that's Elise's like favorite game. Every time she comes to order Tony's Pizza, she's always playing that game, and she's always looking to make sure she's like the one with the highest score. But she sees Luke there, and for the very first time, he's playing the game and he's winning, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna wait till he's finished. I'm gonna wait till you finish. Okay, I think I'll wait. Okay. I'm like, yeah, Elise, wait your turn, girl. But when she goes approach and sees that he's actually almost like beating her score, that says something. Like Elise was like trying to, and they're trying to literally like move their way, and she's trying to stop him because she doesn't want him to get like the highest score. And when he's done, she sees that he actually beat her score. I thought that was the cutest scene ever, and that's a little special treat y'all gonna see at the very ending of this film, that game does come up again in a special way that Luke brings it up. So I'm not gonna spoil that for y'all, because y'all gonna enjoy that. It's gonna send your heart literally melting, okay? Because mine was when I seen how that game came back up at the very end of this film. But yeah, I love that particular part, and I love what Luke was trying to do with his trip back home in this town. It bothered him, like seriously, like his old high school was gone. Certain things that he remembered in town no longer there, or things had changed so much. And I felt like that disappointment that he felt, because he was literally going back because he wanted to capture those sweet moments of his childhood. And I felt him, because there's so many different times that I thought about that when I like revisiting, when you go back to where you were born and raised, and you see how everything has changed. It looks nothing the way that it used to look. And I just totally felt him in there. I was like, no, Luke, I know what you're going through. I know how it feels when, you know, in the span of 10 years, and like in his case, so many different things has changed. And like one of his favorite ice cream parlors, they no longer sold the pumpkin ice cream. Although I can't be with you on that, Luke, okay? Pumpkin ice cream do not sound good to me. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. And when Elise took him back to like that ice cream parlor, and he was determined to get his pumpkin ice cream, and she was like, oh, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they don't have that anymore. And they replaced it with like candy corn ice cream, and he tried it sitting there alongside Elise, and he was just like, it ain't doing it for me. And I felt him, but I was thinking, yeah, as much as I may like candy corn ice cream sound to me, what I would do is I would be picking the candy corns literally out of the ice cream. That's how I felt like I would be doing, because I remember when I was a kid and they had that Whopper ice cream. I would pick the Whoppers out of the ice cream, because the ice cream in itself was too chocolatey on top of you putting Whoppers inside. So I would literally pick the Whoppers out of the ice cream and eat the Whoppers, okay? So I felt like if I had candy corn ice cream, I know that I'll probably be picking the candy corn out of the ice cream. But yeah, y'all know, this film had me like, I was just there. I was just seriously there, okay? But yeah, and so I felt him with so many different things had changed, and he was just trying to capture those moments that made life worth it and reminded you how special life is, and all of that. It's certain things that you just can't repeat or relive again, but you try to get as close to it as possible. And I felt like that's what Luke was doing here. And in a sense, he didn't get a lot of things that he thought he was on what he was looking for, but in a sense he got more than what he was looking for, because he did get to capture a lot of different things that made his childhood so precious and so sweet and so treasurable. And then alongside Elise as well. So y'all gonna have a good time with this. I know I said a lot, and y'all know how sometimes I just do that. I go off in my own world with storytelling. Because these films do it to me. Y'all can't blame me, okay? Blame Luke and Elise, because this is their fault. This is literally their fault. And let me tell y'all, Luke and Elise, let me tell you this, okay? That arcade game that you were playing, I think I would have beat y'all score. I really think I would have been up there, okay? I'm just saying. You want to challenge me? Y'all want us to meet up at Tony's Pizza and we could do this? It could go down, okay? Yeah, but once again, this film is titled Autumn at Apple Hill. You can find it streaming right now on Hallmark Plus. But before I leave y'all for today, y'all know I have to leave y'all for the scripture. And we are coming out of, I know we're in the Gospels, okay? Matthew chapter 7 verse 7, and it reads, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and it will be open soon. But that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I know I love hanging out with y'all, okay? And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.